Hey guys, and welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are delving straight into Season 2, Episode 4 of Battlestar Galactica. I am a little bit stressed after the last episode where, martial law was declared and Gaius is going through some weird stuff. I don't understand, or not that I don't understand. I'm not exactly sure what Six's motives are for him and like what her end game plan is. I think that it is to create a race of human Cylon hybrids, and she wants him to have a big part of that. Beyond that, I'm murky, and I don't know that him having her as his, like, not spiritual guide, but like conscience, like she said in the last episode, is really a good idea, because I while she has shown herself to have compassion and genuine care for humanity, to certain people in humanity, I don't know that her conscience is like the end all be all like of morality and that he should follow her. I think that his conscience is actually pretty good. It's done him relatively well so far. Like, it's not the best. He's definitely had some gray area moments, but that's humanity. Humans, we live in the gray area, right? Like, for the most part, things aren't black and white. Like, the murky gray area is kind of where most of us make our home. Yeah? Anyway, I'm rambling far too much. Martial law. Some people died. They got off Cobol. And everybody knows about the president. We're just going to have to see how it goes after that. Okay. That's Cheryl, right? Yeah. Wait. What's happening? Were they questioning him about crash down stuff?
You're sweating.
It's probably hot in there.
It's hot in here.
How long have you known Lieutenant Valeri was planning to assassinate Commander Dam?
Oh, yeah, because they dated.
I had no idea she was planning anything of the kind.
You were fragging her.
Okay.
I ended that weeks ago on your orders.
You covered for her, you lied for her.
He really had no idea.
I had no idea she was a Cylon.
Yeah, he really didn't. He really didn't. I mean, he suspected, I think, but I don't think he knew.
I'd like to exercise my Article 21 rights at this time.
Yes. Remain silent, bro. Get a lawyer.
Yes, you haven't heard.
Whatever it is.
Cylons don't have rights.
Oh, yeah. Well, also martial law. Does he have any rights under martial law?
I'm Galen Tyrrell. My father was a priest. My mother was an oracle. I've served on Battlestar since I was 18 years old.
I'm really getting tired of your slapping people shit, Ty.
I'd never do anything to hurt Adama. I love the old man.
Yeah, I believe him. You have gone crazy with power. I'm not having it. That was a cool shot. Yeah, stop fucking drinking and then you might make better decisions. I know that's not how alcoholism works, but like...
Don't come near me. Don't touch me. If you do, I swear I will kill you.
Okay, I don't like the throwing her down like that, but I can understand why he's upset. Like... Who are these people? Who are y'all?
No sign of Centurions on the perimeter.
I don't like it. Human toasters won't go anywhere alone.
Think they're bait?
So they're humans? Or at least pretending to be humans? Or not aware that they're Cylons?
I want to blow these Cylons away before they ever knew what hit them.
You're talking about Starbuck and Hilo? Don't shoot. Random person who I don't know who you are, but your actor does look familiar. Please don't shoot. So there might still be humans on Caprica? Or is it like, are they more people that think that they're humans but aren't humans, and Six and them are manipulating them in order to get Starbuck and Hilo where they want them? Because we haven't seen nearly all of the Cylon models yet.
I was thinking we could head southwest towards...
Did you hear that?
She's got good hearing. I would just be dead.
Better safe than sorry.
I hear that. You go all cover.
Why me?
Don't start.
Fine!
5 of them spread out between 9 and 1. 50 meters.
Okay, but 1, limited number of bullets. 2, this could attract the attention of the actual Cylons.
They locked the chief up with Boomer. Ty thinks he's a Cylon.
I know. I think he wants me to find a way to clear the chief, or...
Or what? Throw him out the airlock like a piece of garbage?
I mean, your test works.
He's shown some bad judgment getting involved with her, but that doesn't mean he's a toaster.
I mean, you were involved with a Cylon too.
I'm very sorry. I was going to tell the Colonel there's nothing I can do. The Cylon detector I developed doesn't work.
Yes, it does. It does work though.
He helped you.
Yes, he did.
He didn't tell anyone what you did on Cobalt, what you did to Crashdown.
Okay, I mean, he deserved it, to be fair. That was for Crashdown, not for him.
Saved your life. You blackmailing me.
Okay, but again, what he did to Crashdown, what he lied about for Crashdown really helped Crashdown more than him, I feel.
Fleet captains are reporting protests among civilians, petitions, even some civil disobedience, all over the declaration of martial law.
Well, yeah.
The training and refining vessel has stopped refining Tillium. They say if they don't have a voice in the government...
What?
Their captain says they'll send fuel once the civilian government has been restored. 3 other ships are also refusing to resupply Galactica until the president's reinstated.
Yep, makes sense.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Dee. Fancy meeting you here?
I was just on my way, sir.
How's my father today?
Commander Dam is the same, Captain.
He'll wake up soon.
Trouble brewing in the fleet, though.
Oh, I'm shocked. What kind of trouble?
Martial law isn't going down too well.
And this is the honeymoon period. What's the dictator to do?
I wish you were in command, sir.
I wish that
He's hitting the bottle
there was not martial
a
law.
lot.
That's true. Having her in his ear is not helping.
I should probably call a summit, sit down with all the ship's captains and explain the situation and tell them why I had to declare martial law.
Screw them. Like you have to explain yourself to them.
Yeah, he does.
What?
Nothing. You're the boss. Far be it for me to tell you.
Just say it.
Like,
It just feels kind of touchy-feely. Let's all sit down and talk about how we feel about martial law. Bill would never do that.
he would never declare martial law in the first place, you fucking idiot. Sorry.
Honey, you handle this the way you want. They'll respect that.
No, they won't. I really don't think they will.
This is the XO. Mr. Gaeta, send the following to all ships, Captain. All ships to recommence scheduled supply runs immediately.
Or what?
Failure to comply will result in stern measures.
What? You gonna kill people? Like,
You happy now?
you don't need to listen to her. I really don't like her, you guys. I really don't like her. Like, she brings out the worst in Ty. Like, his worst instincts, his worst choices. Like, he was making a good choice, and she's like, well, that's touchy-feely. Fuck off.
Hi.
Okay. You have no recourse here. Oh, okay. I mean, you knew there was 5 of them. You said that already, so I thought he was by himself. But
We're human.
Yeah, right. Everyone on Caprica's dead.
You're not.
I just got here. I want to hear some names.
I'm Anders.
and
Samuel T. Anders?
Yeah, that's right.
he knows him.
Joe Man, Rally, 10 Point.
Sushan, Gripkey, Morris Fink. Kara. These are the Caprica Buccaneers.
Who?
How does a professional pyramid team survive a nuclear holocaust?
We were in the mountains when the Cylons attacked. High altitude training. We've been on the run ever since.
How many foul breaks did you have in the playoff against Erelon?
3.
Wrong. 4.
3. Last one was called back on instant replay.
He's right, Starbuck.
On 3.
1, 3.
You know you guys suck, right? Can't shoot, can't pass.
Everyone's a critic.
I'm assuming she's talking about their team, but I don't understand what their team is. The Buccaneers.
It's interesting he still calls you Madam President. You still have a lot of supporters out there.
Mm-hmm.
Something ugly is coming.
Refinery captain's still not cooperating, and now 7 other container ships are refusing to release their supplies.
This is getting ridiculous.
Well,
I want a Raptor and an armed Marine boarding party for every ship refusing the resupply order. Pull pilots and deck officers to command the boarding parties, whatever it takes.
whatever it takes is a very dangerous statement to make when you're above the law.
We're just here for the supplies, so I just stay out of the way and no one gets hurt. For the last time!
This is gonna turn bad. This is gonna turn ugly. This is gonna turn really ugly. Someone's getting killed. I don't know if it's civilian. I don't know if it's military personnel. Yep. Saw that coming. You can't.
4 civilian dead. How the frack could this have happened?
Because you said whatever it takes.
Put a pilot in charge of crowd control.
Yeah.
Did you give the order to shoot on that crowd?
No.
No, sir, of course not. Crowd surrounded us.
Were they armed?
No, of course not.
Then it got violent. They started throwing things, canisters.
You shot people for throwing coffee.
You told them to do whatever it takes. What do you think is gonna happen? This is why the military shouldn't.
If ever we needed you, Bill, it's right now.
Or you could stop listening to your fucking wife and make better choices.
I've worked out a way of getting us to the hangar deck.
The question is, where do we go once we get off the ship?
I've got an idea about that. You're not gonna like it.
I can't tell if Lee is like actually with her, or if he's trying to prove something to like his dad.
I do not want to command. Don't you get it? Jeez, why do I listen to you?
What are you talking? I never told you to send troops out to that
You did.
You just manipulate. You always do.
Yes.
You are so fracking passive
Well,
that if
forget
I
it. Okay,
didn't
just
push
follow.
you, you would never get your head out of that fracking bottle and do anything.
You.
Get your.
No. Don't. Okay, you'll have a disgusting relationship, can I just say? But also, you enable his drinking. You don't get him out of the bottle at all.
I'm here to determine whether you're a Cylon or not.
Chief,
What's he doing?
what did you do to him? He's not breathing.
No, he's dying right now.
What?
I can save him. If you tell me how many Cylons there are left in the fleet.
I don't know.
In 10 seconds' time, you experience complete brainstem death. Now, how many?
Sharon.
8. There are 8.
Yeah, save him, please. Fucking hurry. I wonder if she was being honest, or if she just randomly said a number. You know?
All right, let's get these weapons unloaded.
Oh, dang, they have like a whole community?
How many people do you have here?
53.
53.
Doctor, I need your help. But it's illegal, dangerous, and in violation of your oath as an officer.
You're a lousy salesman.
She is.
If I could just get your signature, sir.
He's just signing and not reading.
Why are we closing down Causeway B?
Integrity testing, sir.
He read.
Tell him to get it fixed.
She was for sure lying.
I'm sure you want to prove, but I guess that's nothing new. Goodbye, Dad.
Ooh, he's waking up.
Oh, I'm having trouble with the ordnance tracking on my Raptor, sir. I can't get it to cycle.
Change of plans, boys. Instead of getting some rack time, I'm gonna take a minute to do the lieutenant's job for her.
Okay, make it look good, but not too good.
Okay. Well, this is so dangerous. Oh, this is stressing me out. Okay. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Hold it! No! Why were you there?
You and I have something in common. We each took an oath to protect and defend the Articles of Colonization. Those articles are under attack.
There's a holdup.
Damn it.
Yeah.
He should be here by now.
Yeah, there's a holdup.
You can either stand aside or you can shoot me. You'll have to decide where your duty lies.
Please, don't shoot her. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Madam President,
Madam President, this way. Madam President, I'm not getting on that ship with you.
What? Why?
I understand what you're trying to do. It's gonna divide the fleet. At the very best, it'll create an insurgency against Adama, and at the worst, civil war. Taking part in that is a line that I won't cross.
Aww. I respect him for standing up for his morals.
I wish you well.
I mean, you already had a part in it because you let her, you helped her escape, but yeah, you get it.
Center 4-3 departure approved. Cleared for launch.
Okay. Cleared for launch. Cleared for launch. I'm stressed. Still stressed.
The former president's missing.
Missing. Alert security. Set condition 2. No one on or off the ship.
Too late. They're already off.
Sir, flight log records a Raptor departed the ship 2 minutes ago with Doc Cottle on a medical emergency.
Confirm that.
Oh, I'm stressed.
Get Captain Adama out of the brig.
He's not in the brig.
Dr. Cottle is still on board. He says he was forced to request the Raptor at gunpoint by Apollo.
Son of a bitch. Turn that ship around, Apollo, or I'll order the cap to shoot you down.
We're not turning back.
I'll do it.
I'm sure you will.
Do what you have to do, Galactic. Apollo out.
Fire across their bow.
Yeah. A warning shot.
Hot Dog reports they're not turning around, sir.
Sir, if they dock, we may lose them. Cloud9's one of the busiest transport hubs in the fleet.
You know Adama would literally never forgive you.
Do I fire or not?
I mean, I think that it's a decoy ship, but still, it's gonna be interesting what he says.
Dee, tell Hot Dog to hold his fire.
Good.
They couldn't have done it on their own. Anybody notice off-log calls? Scrambled communications?
No, sir. Nothing.
He lied for them. Because he was telling Dee that he knew.
Good to see you, Madam President.
Ooh, did he help?
Captain Apollo, what is Mr. Zarek doing here?
If we're gonna make it, we have to keep on the move. I figured Mr. Zarek here is the only one in the fleet with enough shady friends around who can possibly hide us.
Yep.
Well, Mr. Zarek, it would seem the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I was literally about to say that.
let's go.
This is a weird game. Is there gonna be like a romantic thing here? Because I can see it. It's a very physical game.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. Thank her.
Why? What's she have to do with it?
Oh, she saved your life.
Love is a strange and wonderful thing, Chief. You'd be happy you experienced it at all, even if it was with a machine.
You're a laughing stock! All because when push came to shove, you got shoved.
It was his son.
Yeah, he never would have forgiven him. Thank you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. He's up, he's up, he's up.
What's happening on my ship?
You're not gonna be happy.
Wait in the corridor.
Yeah, tell Ellen to get out too.
Can I speak to my XO?
Yeah. Fuck off. Fuck off.
What's happened?
Oh, a lot.
I made some bad calls.
At least he's being honest.
Done that.
Not like these. Well, you make it look easy.
You know that's a lie now.
A lot of pieces to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll pick him up together. Where's my son?
Oh, about that. Oh! Callie, what the fuck?
No.
Girl, what the fuck? No, I like her.
I love you, Chief.
She does. Like, oh, is it gonna drop? That's a cool, like, bookend, right? Wow. That's so, Kelly, why? I mean, I get it, but, like, also why? Like, oh, he's not gonna thank you for that. He's really not. You guys, I just realized that the backlights are not on. Also, that episode, oh my gosh, this season is crazy so far. So much stuff happened. So much. Where to even begin? Where to even begin? Starbuck and Hilo is where I'm going to start because that's the first thing that came to my head. So Starbuck and Hilo are on Caprica, you know, running, trying to hide until they can get a ship and get off and go back to the Galactica. They run into a group of humans. I only was able to write down the one guy's name because they listed them off so fast. I'm sure I'll learn them all eventually, but his name is Anders. I forget his entire name because Hilo said it, but Anders, who apparently played Pyramid, is a game, and he was part of the Caprica Buccaneers, and it was that game that him and Starbuck were playing at the end, which how many people are on a team at a time? Because it seemed like the court is quite small, so you would think that only like one person from each team would be playing at one time. Obviously, I know nothing about this game except for what they showed here, which was very little. It seems very much like a contact sport. You get the ball in the hole. I assume the pyramid is like inbounds. The little tiny pyramid in the middle is something. Yeah, it seems like a very interesting game. I don't understand it, but I always like when science fiction shows create their own version of like our games or whatever, you know, like it's not football, it's not basketball, it's not baseball, it's nothing that we as humans would recognize on Earth at least and be like, oh, it's that. It's this other strange game. But I like I said, I like it because it creates like a culture and like it gives more depth and background to the world that we live in or that they live in. And I like the fleshing out of like the world and the world building. And I just love when shows put enough care and love, or books or like stories put enough care and love into the world that they are creating, that they create like sports and art, like just things that we enjoy in our world that naturally characters in another world would enjoy just in a different way. All of that being said, I really liked the scenes with Starbuck in this episode and Anders. Personally feel like there might be some sort of flirting, some sort of laying the groundwork for like there's chemistry there. And like I would not mind a little dalliance between them. Like obviously I kind of want her to end up with Apollo ultimately, but I'm not opposed to her having some fun on the way to Apollo. You know, if Apollo is endgame for her, which I think would be a cute story, then, you know, it's fine if she has like, you know, a couple little mid games, you know, it's the playoffs, you know, maybe he's like the championship. She can have a few playoff games between now and then, you know? To use a weird sports analogy, I guess, because we're in sports in this episode. Yeah. Anyway, I would be kind of for it. I'm curious if there seems to be a lot of them, so it leans towards they actually are human, but as we know, Cylons do not always know that they are Cylons, so there could be a couple of Cylons in this human camp. In fact, we don't even know if all of the characters that we know as humans are actually humans, you know? So, we'll see. At first, in the situation with Lee and the president, I was unsure if he was actually going to go and like he's actually like fully committed to this, or if he was trying to like round up the people that would let her free and then just know that so that he could like impress his dad later. Although it seems silly in hindsight that it even had that consideration, because Apollo doesn't do things halfway, right? Like, he makes up his mind. At least this is what I've gathered from his character so far. Like, he makes up his mind. He has his morals and he chooses, and then he doesn't go back on it, right? Like, he makes his choice and he sticks to it. And I think that he knew that martial law was going to be a horrible idea. I mean, most people would know that martial law was going to be a horrible idea. And so seeing how far it went, how far, I would say Ty was willing to let it go. Like, I don't think that Ty ever intended for that to happen, but I also don't know how Ty didn't know that that would inevitably happen, you know? So I think that when he saw that people were dying, when he saw how bad it was getting, and he knew that Ty probably wouldn't back down, he had to do what he had to do in order to make his conscience clear, right? And so I really respect Lee, and I really like Lee as a character for making that really hard choice, because while at the time I was like, okay, maybe there's a dummy ship, like, you know, they're in ship B, but they also let ship A off, and just in case. I don't think that that is true. I think it was just their ship, and he was willing to die in order to stand up for what he thought was right. But I think that he also knew that Ty could never make that choice, you know, because he does love Adama. As angry as he is at Lee, as much as he is disappointed and hurt and upset by what he did to Adama because he loves Adama so much, Ty I'm talking about, I don't think that Ty could ever be the person to kill Adama's son. Knowing he already lost a son, knowing what that did to him, knowing how much he loves Lee, regardless of what Lee does and how much of a betrayal it might feel, I think that Ty could never be the person to kill Lee, And I think it's crazy to me that Ellen doesn't see that. Like Ellen, I'll talk about her in a second. I'm not gonna talk about her right now. But I really love Lee, and like I said, I just really respect that he is willing to put everything on the line for what he believes in. And I hope that Adama, now that he's awake, yay, will also respect that Lee follows through with his word, you know? Like, he makes a choice and he follows through with that choice because he believes in that choice. Like, I think it took a lot for Lee to make that choice. Like, when he said goodbye to his dad, like, I think that he thinks that that's the last time that he's ever going to be able to see him or talk to him. And I hope it's not. I don't think it will be, but I think that it was a hard choice that Lee had to make, but I think that it was the right choice, and I hope that Adama will see that it was the right choice. Also, not to glaze over it, because Adama is awake and he is good, and I think that he's gonna be very fucking pissed. Like, he's gonna be so angry. But he is awake to be angry, which is a great thing, you know? Like, we can be happy about that. Speaking of Adama and Lee and Ty and all of that, Ty in this episode, like, Ty. I can understand that it would be very, very, very difficult to try to run a ship, a Battlestar, right? Like, I can't like fully understand because I've never been in that position, but I can understand that the decisions and the multitude of them that you would have to make would be overwhelming. And it would be difficult to know always when you're making the right choice. However, one, don't listen to your fucking wife. She does not have your best interest at heart, okay? I think that in her own way, she thinks that she does, right? She thinks, because like in their yelling match, she was like, you can't make decisions on your own. I have to help you. Like, basically, like, you're a fucking idiot. And if I don't tell you what to do, you won't do shit. Which is one, like, a horrific way to think about your husband. Like, why are you married to this man if you think that he is incapable of, you know, making basic choices? But also, like, he was so right. And I wish that he would, like, exercise his correctness more, because he's like, you're just manipulating me in order to make me make the choices that you want me to make, which is 100,000,000% true. Ellen has done nothing but manipulate Ty since the minute she stepped off that shuttle and onto the Galactica. Nothing. I know that some of you guys like her, so you might be upset at this, at my opinions on her in this episode. But like, there's very little grace that I can extend to that woman, because I don't think she deserves it, one. And I think that she has very toxic views. She's already like assaulted Lee. Like, she has no respect for her husband. She has no respect for anyone. She doesn't respect, she only respects people, respects. She only, how do I say this? It's hard to like articulate what I'm trying to say. I don't think that she cares about people that can't do anything for her, right? Like, I think at the end of the day, what she wants is for her to be taken care of and do well. Obviously, I don't know too much about her character yet. I've only seen her a handful of times. None of those times have endeared me to her at all. Maybe in the future. Obviously, I leave room for her to change my mind in the future with things that she does. She would have to do a lot. Like, show an immense amount of growth and remorse for the things that she's already done. But I'm not going to rule out the possibility. But in this episode, all she did was enable Ty to make the worst possible decision, right? Ty's instinct was, let me bring everybody together. Let's have a conversation. Let me explain to them why I made the choices that I made. And, you know, then we can both understand each other and go forward with mutual understanding, which honestly is a good choice. Like, no, I don't think he's necessarily cut out to lead, but in that moment, that was a good choice as a leader to say, let's sit down and have a conversation. Like, that was the right choice. And she presented it to him as touchy-feely and weak, which maybe I'm reading too into it, but to me feels very toxically like, you're a man. Why is a man wanting to like talk about their feelings? You need to be strong and do the things like the manly way. And maybe I'm projecting that onto her, and that's not the intent behind what she was saying. And if so, I'm sorry, but I have heard that phrasing a lot in my life, and that's generally what it means, which is one, such a stupid and fucked up thing to think. Like, men are also human, and guess what? They have emotions, and they're allowed to talk about them, and they're allowed to have them and express them. In fact, it's healthy and good, and it's not feminine to want to sit down at a table and as somebody who is leading an entire people and explain why you're making the choices that you're making so that your people can understand them. How is that feminine? I'm sorry, you guys. Ellen really riles me up. Like, I really don't like her. I think that, like I've said, she brings out all of the bad in Ty. Like, his worst instincts, his worst impulses, his, like, she is like the demon whispering in his head that he is making these wrong choices. And, like, kind of like Adama said at the end, like, fuck off. You have never sat in that chair and made those choices, so maybe try to, like, extend him some grace when he's making them. It's frustrating too because she was saying, like, oh, if I didn't tell you what to do, you would just be buried in the bottle and everything. And it's like, actually, he stopped drinking before you got back on this fucking ship. So without you, he's better. Just saying. The anger I feel. I'm sorry, you guys. She really frustrates me. Please tell me that I'm not alone in this, like, complete frustration for her as a character. Like, please. Also, Ty really frustrated me when he told the military people to, of course this was, again, goaded by Ellen, but to tell them to get it and then do whatever it takes. Like, you told military people to do whatever it takes. You also, like the one guy said, was it Doc Cottle? Who was it that said it? You sent a pilot to do riot control. Like, you sent somebody who is not at all trained for that situation to handle that situation, and it escalated and people died. Like, how did you expect it to go? Because it just, like, logically, yeah, that's how it's gonna go. To me, it seems very obvious that when he said, do whatever it takes, that somebody was gonna die. And I didn't know who it was, but I knew that somebody was gonna die. And it was just gonna be bad. And that's... If you want the people to comply with your demands, sitting down and explaining to them exactly why they should is always gonna be more beneficial than sending people to go and take their stuff. I don't know. It's very frustrating. I also really felt for Gaius in this episode because I think that he was really stuck between, like, a rock and a hard place. But even more than that, I felt for Tyrell, and, like, to have to sit there, and yes, he's angry because he found out that she's a Cylon. Like, he's gonna be angry. That's a natural human response. But she saved his life, which he doesn't know, of course, but he loved her. Regardless of whatever else happened, he loved her. And so for Callie to come in and shoot her, and then the woman that he loves dies in his arms, like, it's gonna be traumatizing, and it's gonna be one of the worst case scenarios, right? Because regardless, again, of whatever else he felt for her, he loved her. And to have to watch the woman you love die in your arms, that would be horrific. I can't even imagine. And then somebody who's your friend is the one who kills her. I understand Callie's impulsiveness in this episode, her anger, her rage, all of it. Like, I get it. I fully understand why she felt that way. Do I think that grabbing a gun and shooting Boomer was the wrong choice? Yeah, it was. I just don't know how Tyrell's gonna handle, like, Chief is gonna handle it. Tyrell, I think I'm saying his name right, but could be wrong. I just don't know how he's gonna handle it, and I worry for him. Like, before she died, she did tell us that there are 8 other Cylons in the fleet, so I mean, it makes sense, right? Because we know 4, right? We know 6 Boomer, that one guy, and the other guy. That's not very descriptive, but the one guy that was doing like the tours, and then the other guy that Adama had the face off with in that one episode. And then Starbuck had the face off with in the other episode. So we know those 4, and they said that there are 12. So she said that there are 8 left. But there's 8 left in the fleet. I didn't know that they would all be in the fleet. Like, I thought some of them might be on Caprica, like that we wouldn't recognize. So I'm really curious. Also, please don't tell me. But I'm really curious as to who the remaining 8 Cylons are, because I feel like they're gonna like really drag this out and like really fuck with us with it, you know? So I'm very curious. Gaius is pretty much guaranteed to be human because 6 is always talking about how their baby is going to be half human and half Cylon. And it just makes more sense that Gaius would be human. But I feel like the remaining Cylons have to be people that we know, or people that we will meet and get to know better throughout the show. So I do not have any top suspects right now. But I'll keep you updated, just in case I think of any. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is Rosalind and Apollo are gone. They have flown the coop. They have, whatever analogy you want to use, they have pieced the fuck out. With the help of Zarek, which is very interesting. And it makes sense that Apollo said, like, you really are not going to like it. Or she really won't like it. Because, yeah. But as Rosalind astutely said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And yep. So I'm really curious as to how that's gonna go. Like them being on the run. I wonder what Adama is gonna do in the next episode. Is he going to keep martial law instituted for a hot minute? Like, is he gonna hold elections? Like what's gonna happen? Because there's a lot that I think that he has to clean up, that Ty has sort of like, you know, like if this is like a desk and it's clean, that's what Ty did, you know. And then now they have to like put it all back on the desk and figure shit out. So yeah, I'm really curious as to what they're gonna do, where it's gonna go, like how it's gonna go. Anyway, I think that that's all that I really have to say. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. If you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. You can also watch the next episode right now over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode and every single episode thus far of Battlestar Galactica. I almost said French. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then. Bye, guys.